Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is week 14 of my $10,000 prop firm challenge. This was a tough week, like really tough. It just seemed like nothing was working and it pushed me to the limit. Fortunately, I didn't break. I pushed through, and despite being one of the toughest weeks I've ever had, it was also one of the most liberating ones. I started the week with an account balance of $95.75. I'm still trading the exact same way. I'm only trading gold during the London session. I'm only taking one trade a day. I'm not managing them, so it's either a win or a loss. And that rule set kind of made me feel uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. But I stuck with it, and let's see how the week played out. On Monday, the market looked very clean. The setup looked very clean, so I took it, and unfortunately, it lost. -1R for that day. On Tuesday, the market started looking very choppy. I wasn't comfortable with the structure, so I didn't take a trade and I stayed out of the market on that day. Wednesday, a valid long setup formed, and although it looked promising initially, it almost turned immediately and went against me, and again took out my stop loss, another -1R. And for those counting, this was the 11th loss in a row. This was where I was really starting to hurt. But I stuck with it, and the next day I came back to the market with the exact same rule set, exact same trading plan. Finally, on Thursday, I got a valid short setup. It's a trade that stayed open for longer than my average winning trade, but I stuck with it and it paid off. I had 2.5R win on Thursday. On Friday, another valid short setup formed. It ran into profit for the first few minutes before it turned and ran deep into stop loss territory. Fortunately, the market turned again and ran to a full profit of 2.5R. This is a typical trade that shows why I don't trade manage. If I had watched this trade while it was open, I might have been tempted to set my stop loss to break even after it ran so deep into stop loss territory. So right now, all I'm doing is opening trades and then I'm closing everything once I've ensured that all my stop loss and take profit limits are set. And I only come back the next day to look at whether how the trade played out. So overall this week, I went from 95.75 to 97.25. That is a 3R gain for the week. It's my first green week in quite a while, and it definitely brought back some of the confidence that was starting to deteriorate after an extreme losing streak. So again, the real thing that I took away from this week is maintaining discipline. It's rather easy to stick to your rules and to your plan when everything is working and you're getting your normal wins and losses. But it's when you get these long losing streaks where one is tempted to change your rules or change your system, or you start to hesitate, things like that will just break your system. At the end of the day, I didn't force anything. I didn't stay out of the market as much as I wanted to preserve capital. I stuck with my rules despite being frustrated, and I executed as best as I could for every single trade, as long as it met my plan. So yeah, that's it for week 14. It was a tough start, but luckily it finished strong. Next week, I've got the exact same plan as what I have every other week. If you want to follow for the full journey, click on the playlist channel, and I'll see you in the next one.